Here's how to stretch your dollars further to save money faster.
Welcome, I'm Larry.
And I'm Hope.
And this is Under the Median, where practical frugality meets real life.
Let's talk about ways to take your savings to the next level and help you save money more quickly and more efficiently. Number one, these strategies are around smart shopping. Use the frugal hierarchy when shopping. This is a visual that we created probably a year ago to sort of help us be able to conceptualize what our whole idea was as far as purchasing things was concerned. We start with trying to source things for free. Then we go to low cost. Then we go to used market, but a little bit higher cost. And then finally, we work our way down the pyramid to that bottom level, which is to pay retail for items. But even on that bottom level, you want to make sure that you're waiting for items to go on sale before you buy.
Tip number 2 is layer savings. This is when you want to make saving on an item work the most for you.
This is an advanced level technique and we call it stacking savings. The first step is to find an item and make sure that you find it on sale. Do you know when items generally go on sale? And this just isn't food products. Most items have a sales cycle where they regularly discount their prices. For instance, in January, you're going to find comforters on sale. You're going to find towels and wash rags on sale. You're going to find sheets and pillowcases on sale. They call it a white sale. It happens every January. Every other single item has a sales cycle where they generally drop those prices. Do you know when those events occur for any item that you're looking for?
Items will go on deep discounts after that season has completed. For the most part, all summer items will go on a deep discount at the end of summer. Spring items at the end of spring, and so on. This is a good time for you to save some money on items that you need.
This is called buying off season. All right, so you found your item on sale. Step number 2 in this system is to see if there's a manufacturer or a store coupon that you can apply to that particular item.
Another thing you can do is see if the manufacturer is offering a rebate on that item. It's a great way to save money on the next purchase.
Step number 4 is to stack a store loyalty card cashback or discount. Some stores will offer you a store loyalty card. Target, for instance, is really good at this. They have their Red Circle Club where they will offer you cash back. They'll offer you discounts on top of sale prices. So make sure that you look for that. The next thing that you can stack on top is a cashback offer. Oftentimes there are apps that offer this like Rakuten. This is my very favorite way to shop and to get cash back every time I purchase something online. At Rakuten, we'll send a certain percentage of that entire purchase price back to me in the form of a cashback.
You can also pay with a gift card, like one that's been applied from your Fetch account. They'll give you a gift card and you can apply that toward the cost of that item.
If you're unfamiliar with Fetch, it's a really fun savings app. You can upload receipts from anywhere, any type of receipt to Fetch, and you receive points for every receipt that you upload. Then you take those points and you turn those points into gift cards from a huge number of different products and services. We usually get ours to Amazon, but you can do Walmart. You can do a number of different types of gift cards, and we use ours for a specific purpose. We'll talk about that in just a sec.
The other thing you can do is to make sure that you're tracking all of your savings and your rebates, and you can apply these toward another savings plan, like toward your Christmas plan, for instance. You can take your savings and add it toward your Christmas gift amounts.
And that is my final point. It is surprising. This is the point that will absolutely surprise you. It helps you to stack these discounts more effectively and efficiently if you will have a specific purpose for all of these savings that you're achieving through stacking the discounts. And as Larry mentioned, for us, those gift cards that we earn through Fetch, we make sure that we are setting those aside for our Christmas purchases. So we know that every gift card we earn means that we have to take less cash out of our bank account to pay for Christmas every single year. If you do that, it really does give you a specific purpose, and you'll do a lot better at remembering to stack the discounts.
Now, it may not be possible for you to use all of these stacking techniques, but use the ones that apply. Use the ones that you can. The more you can save, the better off you are.
We have used this technique for years and saved literally thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Specifically, we've saved it in the area of clothing, and we've saved it in the area of gifts. Now, if you'd like all of my step-by-step instructions, including all of the steps that I just shared with you on how to stack those discounts, I put everything into a set of ebooks where I showed you how to seasonally save on gifts and also on clothing. It's a set of 3 seasonal savings ebooks. And I also put in a special reusable yearly gift planner where I tell you exactly how I build a really low-cost gift stash in my home, how I organize it, and make sure that I set all of those gift stash items aside to give later for gifts. I'm going to make sure that there's a link, guys, to the seasonal savings planners. That link will be in the description of the video.
Tip number 3, buy items that will help you save in more than one category of your budget.
I'll give you an example. Chest freezer. You're like, how is that going to save me in more than one area? Right. First of all, when you replace a very old chest freezer, which we had one that was like 40 years old, yeah. I'm not joking.
It was old. Yeah.
And one of the things that we had an energy profile done by our utility company. They came over and showed us where there were areas where we were wasting energy. And one of the first things he said was, that chest freezer, it's costing you more money in electricity than you really think it is. Think about replacing it. So we replaced the chest freezer, and sure enough, our utility bill, our monthly electric bill, did drop immediately when we bought the chest freezer. So it's saving us on our energy costs. Where else is it saving us? Well, we're able to buy things in bulk and freeze them for later use. So it's saving on our grocery bill. We're also able to freeze leftovers for another meal, which means that we are saving because we are not going through the drive-through at the end of a very long day. It takes away that whole, sort of impulse spending. It also helps because I'm able to bulk cook and put things into the freezer. Once again, this goes toward energy cost. So I'm cooking, let's say, 2 casseroles in the oven at a time instead of 1, which we're eating 1 that night, and the second one is going into the freezer, meaning that we're saving money because I'm not heating that oven up every single night.
If you're finding this video helpful, hit the like button, and that way others can find it helpful as well.
Next area, we'll talk about saving on food and household items. The next tip is to buy generic or store brands. People honestly believe the name brand items are better. On average, generic products are 40% less than the exact same name brand items. That is significant savings. Give the generic items a try and see if they don't taste so much like the name brand item that you honestly can't tell the difference. Yeah. Give it a try.
Meal plan around sales and discounts. That way you're getting the most out of the money that you're saving at the grocery store.
We like to do this theme nights. We would say Meatless Monday, but we're plant-based, so it's like meatless every night of the week, yeah. All right? So, but for those of you who consume meat, you can do a Meatless Monday, Taco Tuesday. Here's an idea. Ask your family. Poll your family. We have asked our kids, what meals do I make that you could eat again and again and you wouldn't have any problem doing that? You want to see it hit the dinner table frequently. Make a list of 8 meals that your family absolutely loves. Make sure those meals are low cost. One of the things that I do is I figure out about how much it costs me to make every single meal. Then I break it down per serving. And my goal is always to have $1 or less per serving. So I know how much it's costing me to make those meals. So low cost meals, 8 meals. Get out the calendar at the beginning of the month and you're going to put 2 of those favorite family meals in per week. Then, when you make those meals, here is the real kicker, guys. This is where you're going to save some money. You're going to double the recipe. And then you're going to take the second half of the recipe and you're going to put it in the freezer, and you're going to have, at the end of the month, you're going to have 8 meals in your freezer, and you can keep those for another month. You just made 16 meals. That's like over half the meals you're going to need for your main dish for your evening meal per month.
The next thing you can do is cook once and eat twice. This is where you take a meal, like let's say you're having roasted chicken. You can make that into chicken soup for the very next meal. So you've taken the same item, the same thing you've paid for and already cooked, and you're repurposing it for something different.
And I would dare say with chicken, it can be more than cook once, eat twice. I would say it could be cook once, eat 4 times. So you'll take the chicken, you're going to roast your chicken, and you're going to pull part of that meat off the chicken before you serve it. Don't serve the whole chicken. If you do, they're going to eat the whole chicken. You only serve what you want them to eat. Take part of that meat, and you're going to make, say, chicken enchiladas with it. Then you're going to take the bones, you're going to cook the bones down, make your broth, take the little bits of meat off of the bones that are left after you make the broth. Then you're going to add some veggies, you're going to add some noodles or some rice, and you're going to make some chicken rice soup or some chicken noodle soup. So there's at least 3 different meals from one chicken.
Tell us what you would do for that 4th meal with the chicken.
Okay, I have an idea already. So I would pull off part of the chicken, a couple of cups, and I would make some chicken salad for chicken salad sandwiches. I don't know. I want to hear what you say in the comments section. And yes, we're plant-based. We're not making chicken, but we want to know what you guys would do to make 4 meals out of 1 chicken. Here's our next tip. Use price matching and comparison tools. Flip. F-L-I-P-P. Does anyone else use Flip? I love Flip. It's an app. You download it, you put it on your phone. It helps you to very, very easily compare all of the sales flyers from your favorite grocery stores all in one area. So you tell Flip, here's where I regularly shop, and they're going to send you an email and say, your new Aldi ad is ready, your new Kroger ad is ready, your new Walmart ad is ready. They're going to have all those ads on their app, and you can like go back and forth from ad to compare them super easily. You can even make your shopping list using Flip.
Buy in bulk, but do this smartly. Make sure that the items that you're buying in bulk, you're going to use up before they expire. So you want to track these. You want to put dates on the package as you put them in your freezer or in your refrigerator or in your pantry, wherever you happen to be putting them. So you're tracking how long you're keeping a hold of them.
I would say even here's an additional thought in that whole process of bulk buying. We just did this. We would say not only buy in bulk, make sure you're not buying more than you can use. When you're looking at that great deal, ask yourself, how am I going to use this item? Having a plan to use it is super important. We just had this happen. We were at Costco this week, and they had these big packages of ravioli, big ravioli, like that big. And the packages were marked down to 97 cents each. So they were clearing them out. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a great price for ravioli. What are we going to do with it? And we immediately had 2 occasions coming up that came to our mind. Our youngest son has graduated from high school. He's going to have this big graduation open house with all of his friends. He has a lot of friends. Yeah. So we bought, and I'm like, okay, so we could use 6 of these packages of ravioli for the graduation open house. It would be an incredibly inexpensive thing to feed a lot of hungry teenagers. And we could also use it for an upcoming occasion that we're having to celebrate our son and his wife's birthday, because their birthdays are 2 days apart. So we already knew putting those into our cart. And we even like divided them. These 6 are for the graduation party. These 2 are for the party coming up for our son and daughter-in-law's birthday. If you do that, if you just think about it rationally as you're buying, it keeps you from either underbuying or overbuying.
Cook your meals at home more often. This means you're going to go out to eat less.
Here is our tried and true strategy that works for cutting down eating out. We had to go through this learning curve because when we first started budgeting, we found out that we were spending way too much eating out.
Yeah, we did.
We went down to once a week. So start there. And then at the first of every month, we planned 2 times only. And this includes going through the drive-through, guys. Twice a month to eat out. We put it on the calendar and we would count down to eating out. Here's what this did. It took eating out from being the norm to eating out being something that was special.
Yeah.
If you tie it to maybe meeting a financial goal, even better. It allowed us to be able to say, all right, 10 more days, we're eating out. 4 more days. We can wait 4 more days for anything. We can do this. When you tie it to something that's more emotional, like reaching a financial goal, that will make it so that it's much easier to stretch those times of eating out. And you'll find that you can stretch it further and further without feeling like you are depriving yourself. If you stretch it slowly over time, it does make it so that you can achieve that and you can feel really great about what you're doing for your budget and maybe even for your waistline.
And one way to handle being tired after work is to have a meal in the freezer that you can easily warm up and have for dinner and not have to go through a lot of work in order to have a meal.
All right, to move along to some ideas for reducing your bills and your everyday expenses. Negotiate your bills. People do not think that they can do this, and we have heard from countless viewers that said, thank you. I called my internet company and they lowered my bill. I called my insurance company. I was able to lower my bill. Find out which bills you can lower. Call those service providers and ask for a lower price plan or for lower rates and see if they will do it for you.
I just recently had my car in the shop and had some work done on it, and Hope mentioned that I should ask them if they would lower the bill. So I asked them about it, and they said, well, we could put you down for a senior discount. And I looked at her and I said, well, I'm a senior. She goes, really? I didn't know that. She didn't know by looking at me. I said, oh, yeah, I'm a senior big time. So I got the senior discount. And I think that took about maybe 10% or 15% off of the cost of my bill. So we saved some money on that.
Thank you for being a senior big time. All right. Speaking of lower prices, those movie streaming services you got going on.
Yeah.
Only do one streaming service at a time and then have one for 3 or 4 months and just go through the streaming services you're super interested in. After a few months, you will caught up on all the shows that you really truly care about. But here's something that some people also don't know. There's a streaming service that offers a really, really good Black Friday deal. Now, not all the streaming services do, but Hulu does. For Black Friday every year, they offer you an entire year of Hulu for 99 cents a month. You got to pay for the whole year up front. So it's like $10-12 that you're going to, I guess it would be 12. If it's 99 cents a month, it would be $12. All right, I can math, guys. And it's only for new customers, though. But in 2024, they paired it with Disney Plus, and you could get both Hulu and Disney Plus for, I think it was $2.99. I'm going to look at my notes, $2.99 a month. And you got 2 paid streaming services for $3 a month, so $36 a year, and you would have been set.
Another thing you can do is see if that streaming service offers a rate with commercials. Netflix does, and it's much cheaper. I think we pay $6.99 a month for the commercial version of it, and the commercials aren't bad at all. You're talking maybe a 15-second commercial. There might be only 2 commercials in each program. And so 15 seconds or 30 seconds isn't too much to wait through, especially if you're used to watching commercial TV where you're sitting through 4 minutes of commercial time.
And really, you get up, you get a snack, you get a drink of water, you do whatever else you need to do, and you come sit back down. Commercials are all over. It's not that big of a deal, guys.
It's not.
Use a prepaid or low-cost phone plan. Yes, you can get prepaid phones, and they are very inexpensive for those prepaid phone plans. We use Mint Mobile, $15 a month. It gives us everything we need. We're super happy with it. Mindful money habits. 80% of everything you do to stick to a budget and to save money has to do with your mindset. So these are actually super important tips.
Set up automatic savings. This will treat your savings in such a way that it's kind of done in the background and you don't have to pay any attention to it. It's automatically done for you. You're putting money in your savings and you don't even have to worry about it.
Pay no attention to that savings behind the curtain. We had to do this recently, and here's why we bring it up, because we personally had we had like $5,000 of dental work done last year. No joke. It was like major dental work. And we had to take it out of our HSA account, which almost drained it completely.
Yeah.
And we decided, we're like, we have to have some sort of savings account where we're putting $300 automatically transferred from our main savings account to this sub savings account every single month. So we have money set aside in order to pay for deductibles for either health or for dental, which aren't paid by insurance. Look, anytime you don't see the money, you're not going to spend the money. So automatically moving money around is a great way to save money.
Use the cash envelope system. This will definitely keep you from spending too much money, because once that envelope is empty, you can't spend any more of it because it's not there. Studies have shown that spending cash hurts you more because you're actually giving up something. When you give over a credit card, they give you the credit card back. So you're not really giving up anything when you buy with a credit card. But with cash, you're giving up a $10 bill, a $20 bill, whatever it is that you're buying, you're giving up that amount of money. And it has more of an impact on you than it does when you're buying on credit.
I was waiting for you to say, what is the one area of our budget that we use this strategy in when I mess it up? Our grocery bill.
Oh.
When I go over on our grocery bill 2 months in a row, any 2 months in a row, if we go over, I grab that cash envelope and I put the money in the envelope, knowing that when the envelope is empty, I am done spending on groceries for that month. It really does work, guys. And once again, even if you don't want to use envelopes all the time, and we don't use them all the time, but we have discovered through trial and error, through trial and my error, that when we put that cash aside, I know I'm not going to spend anything more than what is in that envelope.
Another mindful habit is shopping with a list and really sticking to it. I try to do this when Hope sends me to the store with a list. I try to stick right to that list, no matter how tempting it is to buy something that I think I might want. That way, we're keeping our costs down.
Here's another tip for a list idea. And this isn't necessarily food. All right, we have a list of, like, when you take the last item out of the pantry, let's just say arbitrarily barbecue sauce. You're the one that grabs that last barbecue sauce. You're opening that barbecue sauce. You're writing down on the list barbecue sauce. These are items we know we're going to look to go on sale because barbecue sauce is going to last us, I don't know, a couple of months. So we got some time to wait for it to go on sale. That's a separate list of food items. You should also have a list of items that you are looking for that are non-food items. We just had this happen. Larry picked up our faithful mat, our front door mat. What do you call that? It's the thing you wipe your feet on before you walk in somebody's house, okay?
It's a floor mat.
It's sitting on our front porch.
Yeah.
It fell to pieces.
Yeah.
And so it's on the list. We're looking for a doormat. We walk into Costco. They have these really way cool doormats.
On sale.
They are marked down.
Yeah.
They are 25% off. We're like, bingo, check it off the list. We got our doormat. We're also looking for lined flannel shirts for Larry because I kept looking for them earlier in the season. Do you remember what we said earlier in this video about shopping off season? I just was looking too early for these lined flannel shirts. They weren't dropping in price because the spring stuff wasn't coming on the shelves yet. We walk in, he finds this flannel shirt, which is a lined flannel shirt.
Yeah.
He finds it, I think it was 35% off, but I also got myself a flannel shirt. It was not a lined flannel shirt, but it was a flannel shirt. It was $20 and I got it for $4. I know. So shopping off season, but you know why we did that? Those items were on the list. Impulse spending is cut way back when you are shopping from any kind of a list, and that's not just a grocery list. That's a list of items that you're looking for as far as your household and your gift and your clothing items are concerned as well.
Leave a 24-hour buffer on any items that you might be purchasing that you don't need terribly bad. That 24 hours can give you some time to kind of cool off. Maybe it's more of an impulse kind of a thing. And that way you can determine, do you really need to purchase that item?
Now, we're talking a lot in this video about this whole system of tracking things, writing things down, knowing what you're looking for. One reason that you track things down is because you want to plan for purchases instead of going into impulse purchases. When you plan something, an area of your budget that you know that you want to lower, for instance, and then you go ahead and you implement those choices that you've decided, I'm going to make sure that I am doing these habits for 30 days so I can see if I save money by instituting these frugal habits in my life. Then after 30 days, you're going to evaluate. So you plan, implement, evaluate. Now, if you took the first letter of each of those 3 words, you come up with the word pie. We use this method all the time and we call it our pie method. We did a whole video on it where we walked you step by step through the pie method and gave you examples from our own budgeting process and our planning process. That video is right over there. It might be a great video for you to watch next. Those strategies that will help you to save more money, to save it more faster. Yes, that is correct English. That is Hopi English.